Before the pyramids of Egypt were built, and while Mesopotamia thrived, another great civilization rose in the Far East, nestled between the mighty Himalayas and the Arabian Sea. They built incredible cities, but somehow without kings or queens to rule them. They created the world's first urban sanitation system, yet left behind no trace of their writing. And they lived in peace for hundreds of years, until one day their great cities were abandoned and their very memory faded from the face of the earth. This is the incredible story of the Indus Valley Civilization. Our story begins around 3300 BC, along the banks of the Indus River in what is now Pakistan and northwest India. Here, generations of farmers grew crops and built small settlements. But around 2800 BC, something remarkable happened. Two great cities, Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro, began to rise. Let's take a stroll through the streets of Harappa. Behold the massive city walls. Notice how every street is perfectly aligned with the main thoroughfare running right through the center. Look at how wide the streets are, even by today's standards. Imagine driving down this street in your car. Passing by the shops and vendors on one side and a large public bathroom on the other, you would have plenty of room to spare. But our favorite part of the city is the Great Bath. This massive pool was likely used for religious ceremonies and community gatherings. It was expertly crafted from baked bricks and lined with a special type of plaster to keep it waterproof. In fact, all the houses in the city were made of baked bricks, some 2 stories high. They had courtyards, bathrooms, and even indoor plumbing. The houses were so well made that many remained standing for thousands of years. And let's not forget the marketplace. Vendors would sell their goods from stalls and shops lining the streets. We can picture the scene as merchants arrive from Mesopotamia with exotic goods from distant lands. They unload their carts and display the treasures for sale, perhaps spices, perfumes, and precious metals. But who were these merchants? Who were the people who lived in this utopian city? Unfortunately, we don't know, because the Indus people never left behind any written records that we have found. All we have are their buildings and artifacts like these small clay seals. Some believe the symbols on these seals make up a writing system, but so far it has resisted all attempts at decoding. What we do know is that the Indus people kept meticulous records of their trade. They used standardized weights and measures and kept detailed accounts of their transactions. They also loved to make beautiful things. Artisans crafted exquisite jewelry from gold, silver, and precious stones. They also wove intricate textiles and decorated their homes with colorful artwork. We can also see evidence of their seafaring skills. The Indus people had a large fleet of boats, which they used to trade across the Arabian Sea. These boats were expertly crafted and could carry large amounts of cargo. Perhaps as far as Mesopotamia and the Persian Gulf, life in the Indus Valley seems to have been peaceful. There is little evidence of warfare or even weapons. Instead, we see peaceful cities, happy families, and a thriving economy. Children played in the streets while adults went about their daily lives. People bathed in the Great Bath and priests conducted ceremonies at the fire temple. But unfortunately, around 1900 BC, everything changed. The cities were abruptly abandoned and the people vanished. Was it climate change? Did the river change course? Were the cities destroyed by invaders? We don't know. But whatever happened, it was swift and devastating. Houses were cracked and destroyed, streets were filled with rubble, and the great cities were covered in sand. It's a truly mysterious and somewhat terrifying end to one of the world's first great civilizations. How could such an advanced civilization vanish so completely, leaving behind only ruins and undeciphered signs? Today, the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa are located in the deserts of Pakistan. They are still there, standing in the blazing sun, waiting for us to uncover their secrets. The Indus Valley Civilization may be lost to time, but it will never be forgotten. Thank you for watching. When you think you know everything about ancient history, it's always amazing to find a lost civilization that defies expectations. That's why I love learning about the Indus Valley people. They seem so advanced yet mysterious. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this.